Hey everyone, this is Eric back again with Auto Replay and Security Force. I'm gonna put a link down below for my other channel. This is actually what I do for a living: fire alarms, camera surveillance, data cabling, electrical work, man. That's what I've been doing since 2005. The Auto Replay has just been a hobby of mine. You know, just kind of tinkering with cars, and we will see about doing some interesting projects that may be coming up soon. Got some things in the works. Just got to hold on. I'm teaming up with an old friend, man, and we'll see what happens, you know what I mean? And basically this video will be basically just something simple, just putting battery terminals on this thing, because I was actually driving this work van. This is a 2015 City Express. It's like a go-kart on wheels, man, you know what I'm saying? And basically, like, I went to go turn it on and it's just like click died, or it was just dead. I was like, oh. And I actually had like some channel locks. I seen when the battery terminals was loose, and I took some channel locks and like tightened it up and all this other stuff. And yeah, that's it right there. That's the work van, man. It's got, I take this thing for a dealership, just about everything. I figured I'd just go ahead and do the battery terminals, man. So let's get into it. I'm gonna pop the hood, get the doggone socket set, knock it out, and be done with it. All right, so let me grab my keys, man. And another note, well, I'll talk about that. That's the gas, it's the hood right there. We'll pop this up. All right, so let's jump in here. Got the little lever. Hit that to the left, this comes up. And then there's a, where's it at? Oh, it's up here. There's a little thing you pop out here. I do it, and then you just put it down. Right there, man. Stick it there. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's mainly you see that right there, it's mainly the positive, and that's going to be bad. So it's good for me to go ahead and replace this while I got some time, man. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop that off. We'll do the negative one first, and then we'll do the positive. And I got brand new ones from the dealership, so you know, where that'll sit somewhere. There, let's put it down there for now. This one's tight, so that one's good. All right, so here are the part numbers. I got this from Chevy. Hell, if it's got it on here or not. Where is that? I have no idea, bro. Where's the part numbers? Here are the part numbers right here. Well, I kind of went over with my receipt. Okay, here you go. 24340-8Y21C. That's one side right there, and then the other side is it's probably up in there. So, and then since I did the SUV over there and cleaned out those terminals, I just saved the little battery terminal and cable protector. This is like the grease that you put on the actual terminals of the battery before you put these new clamps on, basically. So you want to grease this up around the terminals first, you know, so you don't get any corrosion. So I saved that little packet there. Okay, it looks like the positive is a GM number 193-16387. So this is a GM part, and that's a Nissan part, because Nissan actually makes these now. It's like an NV something. So all right, so I'm gonna start with this negative terminal. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this nut here, and then loosen this nut, basically take that out and put a new one on. All right, so this is a 12mm socket that goes on that nut, and I'm pretty sure that's probably 10mm there. All right, these definitely need to be replaced, man. I started turning that and started turning this whole thing, man. So basically just take this nut off here and find a nice little place that you're not gonna lose it. And you know, right here probably be fine, and this just pops up, man. So pretty simple stuff, and it'd be good to clean all this up. I don't have any tools to really do all that, so I'm just gonna put it back together. But it's got a pretty good connection there. I mean, you can see it. I may take a screwdriver, just kind of screw on that a little bit. And let me get the 10mm socket on this one and take this other side off. All right, so whatever you do, be very careful. Like this is like this. You don't want to let that drop. Boom. You have an explosion from negative to positive. So mine was already loose. I'm just going to turn it. So it gets away from that positive terminal. You don't want to have this touch that with a metal freaking ratchet. You will have a big explosion. Because you gotta think that's like 500 amps, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just loosen that up right there. I'll probably clean all this up another day. I'm not really concerned about it. I'll grab a new one, and the installation is reversed basically. All right, so we got the negative one. It looks all nice and shiny and new. I'm gonna set that like that, and then this goes on there like that. And I'm gonna turn it so it goes like this, and then put the little nut on there, and then you just tighten it up. So let me go ahead, I'll tighten all that up, and then we'll move on to the positive side. I almost forgot, you want to take this stuff before you tighten it all the way up, because mine's still loose. So take that off, and you want to grease this up with this on the actual terminal. This is what I didn't show on the last one. You take this and just, you know, just spread it around your freaking, with your finger, man. Just like grease it up, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll help prevent corrosion and stuff. And you can do the same thing with, you know, this connection here. It'll prevent corrosion. So same thing, I got all this on this part here, and just grease all this down, man. Anything you think will corrode where connections are coming together. This is the only thing a mask is good for, to wipe your finger. All right, so basically you just take your 2mm socket and you tighten this until it gets snug. Basically you don't want to over tighten it. There should be a little bit of gap here still, just in case you do need to tighten it in the future. And then take this and tighten this 12mm here. And when you go to tighten it, this should not turn at all. So, you know, go ahead and tighten this part up too. And you see what I'm saying? Like when I'm turning this, that other part should not turn at all. It should just get tight, and then you're good to go on that side. Do the same on the positive. All right, so basically with it being forced down here, I just put that 12mm ratchet socket back on this side and just broke it loose. You may want to grab with some channel locks or something if you had to. I just used a battery as something to hold it. And basically you take this nut here that's down in here and just grab it. I mean, I guess it don't matter if it falls. I'm not going to be using the old one. And save that. We'll get the new one and get this out of here and just pop that out like that. And we can chunk it. Mainly my problem was this one more than the negative, but they both need to be replaced. So let's grab the new positive one. You know, pop it out of this bag here. You know, put that back in this place. You know, make sure you got the right part. You know, hell, you gotta change them out every 7 years. That's not bad at all. All right, so I got the new one back on. I greased this up. I greased on the inside of that. So I'm just going to take this 12mm and make sure you don't touch it in between, and just get it snug for now, and then just put it on there and tighten them up. So we'll just set this on there. Yeah, you may see a little spark or something, but we'll go ahead and tighten this 10mm up, and then we'll take the 12 and tighten it up. So same thing, be careful when you tighten up the positive that you don't let this hit here or anything, because if it grounds out, you will have a bad day. Your ratchet will not make it probably, so just be cautious of that. I'm doing it with my left hand right now because I'm holding the camera. But you want to get this snug where that's tight. Make sure it's all the way down seated where you can see the top of the terminal. You know, you want to have a good connection on there in a sense. And then once you get that tight, then you tighten up the 12mm and then go from there. And you want to make sure you're not too hard on it where you break the terminals off the battery either. So you may have to go back and forth. Like I had to go back and tighten the 10mm here, then go back and tighten this 12 because it was still, I could tell it's still loose when I tightened the 12. It wasn't to move on me, but now it's nice and tight. And the last final thing is you want to cover this up as much as possible. If you have this vinyl rubber rad cover, let's put that back on just in case anything fell here. It'll prevent anything from grounding out. That's very important. And then that's it. Clean up and you're done. So last thing, you always want to make sure you check the vehicle, make sure it will start, the light is on. You can see that right there. So that's good. So let's go ahead and we'll see about cranking her up. So let's go ahead and throw the keys in, turn it on. It starts right. You know, you'll probably have to reprogram the time for your radio, but that's standard. You know, whatever you go into the menu, go to clock, and I think you go to change the setting to whatever the time is. So it's probably like 4 or something. I gotta look at the time. And that's what you gotta do, man. That's it. So I appreciate y'all checking out another video, man. I gotta learn to look at the camera, man. I hope that y'all having a great new year, man. This is gonna be a blast. We're gonna pull out all the stops this year. I'm teaming up with my buddy, man. Let's see what we're gonna bring. I'm gonna look for some fun little cars to, you know, bring to the channel, man, and we'll see what happens. All right, bye.